Hello, hello, Facebook Live. I am here with none other than Paul C. Brunson, and I am so excited. So I'm going to let y'all hop on. Don't forget to share this out, y'all. Share this out because if y'all don't know Paul, y'all about to get to know him, and it is going to be amazing. We are here to support his new show that is coming out this Saturday night, 5/27 at 10 p.m. Eastern. So we're going to get into it in just a minute. But before we do, Paul, I have a very quick question for you. It's very important.
Okay, right? I'm sharing the post. You told us to share.
I do. I know. Yeah, share the post. Share the post. I need to share it too. So, so I know a lot of people, hey, Don, what's up? Thank you for joining. So I see your Insta stories, Paul, and I know that you are eating healthy. I know that you're taking care of yourself. I see you enjoying your Brussels sprouts and all that good stuff. My question to you is, did you have to give up your red stripe? Or do you still?
Right out the gate, you hit me in the heart. Right out the gate.
Cause I'm like, does that mean he gave a red stripe?
Because I would. This is the okay. All right. I have been interviewed in the last maybe week and a half leading into the show. I've been interviewed probably 50 times.
Right.
This is the hardest question I have received. The first question that you asked me, and I'm trying to figure out how to answer it. So I'm delaying right now. This is a delaying tactic, but I've got to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
I have.
You did.
I have. I'm sorry, Red Stripe. I still love you. But,
oh my gosh.
But I have. And can I just tell you real quick one?
Yes.
Because what I have been doing in particular is I'm trying to kill off yeast in my body. My wife is doing that too.
Wow.
70% of adults have overgrown yeast.
Mm-hmm.
Causes all kinds of things. Like, especially as Black people, we eat and we say we get the itis.
Yep.
Not the itis, it's yeast talking to you.
Wow.
Making you go to sleep. Wow. Yeast causes brain fog. Yeast causes all types of other bacteria. Yeast is typically a predecessor to certain bacteria that then cause cancer. I mean, yeast is just incredible. And bottom line is yeast is this combination of carbohydrates and yeast, but then sugar. So anytime you get that mix, you get yeast. And so I've so I'm on this candida free diet. So that's
amazing. So hopefully you'll go into that later and share more of that, because I know a lot of people who are going through that, and I've tried to get that out of my diet as well, but it's hard because I'm a sugar person. So, but I had to ask you, for those of you who don't know, if you never watched Mentor Monday, which is how I think I was first introduced to Paul through Black and Married with Kids, he always started the show with his red stripe, asking everybody what they were drinking. And so I was like, you know what? I haven't seen him talk about it, and I see him eating healthy. I wonder if he actually gave it up, because I know that had to have been hard. So.
Christine, so I'm going to start a new show in outside of the TV show, I'm starting another show on Facebook Live. Mm-hmm. And I'll probably be drinking chicory tea is what I'll be drinking now instead of red stripe. So
okay. All right. So we'll be looking out for that. So you can tell us all about chicory tea. So hello, everyone who just joined us. I see Carla Friday. I see Danita. I see Fidelia. I saw Tanya up in here. Thank you guys so much for hopping on. We are going to get right into it. We're so excited about this new show called INeedLove, and it airs this Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern on ABC Network. And Paul has shared that he has been working on this for the last 2 years, y'all, for the last 2 years. So Paul, can you share specifically, so this is a show about helping single moms find love again. What was the passion specifically to help single moms as opposed to women in general? And where did that idea come from?
Yeah, definitely. So a lot of you all may know or may not know that I was a matchmaker for a very long time. A matter of fact, I was the first full-time Black matchmaker in the world, which is kind of crazy because matchmaking's been around a long time. But I was the first. And before I started, before I officially started, have my first paying clients, the first practice client, if you will, I had was a single mom. And she taught me all of the, or should I say, she really made me appreciate all of the challenges, then all of the difficulties that she had. And that really stuck with me throughout all the years. And then once I started doing TV projects, what I noticed is that there's a certain demographic of woman as well as certain demographic of man that typically is not seen in the dating world, right? You typically don't see a single mom. You typically don't see a mother in the dating world that's, say, over the age of 35. You typically don't see a woman or a man who's not a model, right, on TV. There's all of these kind of idiosyncrasies with TV. And so when I got the opportunity to do this project, they were like, hey, you could executive produce this thing. What ideas do you have? This was one of the things I wanted to focus on. Is I wanted to focus on all of the things that we know to be real in our lives, but is not real on TV. And therefore, reality TV has become unreal. And I really wanted to bring back reality TV, true docuseries TV.
I love that. And I'm so glad that you talked about bringing reality TV back, because I think people have gotten so far away from it. It's become a circus, so to speak, to the point where it's almost a joke to watch a lot of these things. And so I know that this is going to be real with anything that you put, yourself behind. And so I'm looking forward to just seeing. I know there's going to be some transformation, and I don't know how much you can share, about it. And I know we're going to be seeing some promos soon. But one of the things that I talk about a lot on MomsNCharge is the importance of self-care, the importance of self-love. Can you share a little bit? And I know you've talked about that before, and even now with your change in diet, obviously you're even more so cautious about your self-care. Can you share a little bit about how important that is in terms of finding love, in terms of seeking out love from other people, how important that is for you to understand self-care and self-love for yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. Because if you can't love yourself, you can't love anyone else. And that's something that I passionately believe. And you think about it, is if you can't love yourself, you can't love anyone else. And then the next question becomes, well, how do you love yourself? So a lot of people say, well, loving yourself is, looking in the mirror and saying, I'm great. I said, no, that's the Kanye West love yourself. How do you really love yourself? Well, love is an action. So love then becomes, it's an action about how do you treat yourself? What do you put into your body? Not just the food, but what are you putting into your mind, the content? Who are you surrounding yourselves with, right? All of it spiritually, what are you putting into your heart? What are you putting into your soul? These are all elements of self-love. And ultimately, if you are not acting on those things, so you're not putting those things into your body, you're not loving yourself, and therefore you can't love anyone else, right? Your ability to love anyone else is strictly based on your ability to first love yourself. And what was powerful about this show is that, so I work with 3 mothers over the course of a year. And each episode, because there are multiple episodes, but we need you guys to watch so that we can see all of the episodes.
Yes.
If you're not tuned in, we're not going to get a chance to see the other 2 episodes. But in each episode, what you will see is that you had a single mother who, for one reason or another, lost her guy, right? Just to give you a little bit on this, what's coming up on Saturday night is this particular mother, she tragically lost her husband. She was in an amazing relationship, had a beautiful child, and tragically loses her husband. Her entire life gets rocked. And what she then ends up doing, so her child was only 3 years old, the age of my little boy, Liam, right now, when tragically the husband leaves the picture. And what the mother ends up doing is what so many single parents do, and that is she put all of her energy into her child. She put all of that love into her child. Then she put whatever she had left into her friends, family, and work. she put no love and energy and attention into herself. And she did this for 7, 8 years. Mm-hmm. And then her little girl, who now becomes 11, she turns 11, is looking at her mommy saying, you know what, Mom, I want you to care for yourself. I want you to love on yourself. And her little girl reaches out to me to help her mommy to find love again.
Wow.
And it's such a powerful story because ultimately she can't go about this woman. She can't go about finding any other love in her life until she can first love herself. And what's fascinating is how hard it is for her to figure out how to love herself. It was so hard that I had to take her out of her city to New Mexico. And we stayed out in New Mexico for a long time, just doing different exercises, doing different things so that she could really get into this space where she loved herself. Once she got into a space where she truly loved herself, her life changed like that. And that's why the story is so powerful. But that's what I believe. That's how you get to or that's the importance of self-love, is that you can't love anyone else until you can love yourself.
Right. Out of the mouth of babes is what Tanya said. So everyone's commenting in there. That hits so close to home, Paul, because that's how I actually started MomsNCharge. It's when I lost my own self, when I lost my identity to motherhood after I left my corporate job and threw everything into my family, threw everything into my kids and my marriage. So that is so true when, as moms, it's so easy when, you're going through something to just forget about yourself and to just throw everything that you have into other people. So that is super powerful. And I remember I know you shot some behind the scenes Instagram photos, and I remember you being on a mountain somewhere. So was that when you were shooting in?
That was when I was shooting. Yep. And I wanted to share more on Instagram, but I wasn't allowed to. But yeah, that was exactly when I was doing it.
So what I hear you saying is that we're going to need some tissues.
Yeah.
We're going to need a lot of wine. And we're going to need some girlfriends and some other people to be with us so that we can watch the show, because I mean, it already sounds like it's going to be amazingly transformational.
Christine, I was there. I edited this thing. Mm-hmm. And still, when I look at the first 10 minutes, a tear drops.
Wow. I'm getting chills hearing you talk about it. And just the fact that her daughter is the one that reached out and said, hey, I need you to love yourself again. So I need you to help my mom. That is absolutely amazing. So we're going to talk about ways that we can help support you. But one of the things I also want to know is, what are 2 or 3 things? So everybody can't be on your show, but I know a lot of single moms. I know a lot of friends with single mom friends. So can you share 2 to 3 tips that single moms in particular can do to start opening the door to getting the love and the relationships that they desire?
Yeah. I tell you, number 1 is to be around folks like you, Christine. I see Tanya on here. Be around folks like Tanya. I mean, at the end of the day, you want to be around people who are inspirational or aspirational. That's the key. And one thing that I really try to pound away at all of my mentees and all my people around me is that it's not about just who you surround yourself with, but it's the content that you consume. So it's fun. Here I am, executive producing and hosting a reality show. But now I'm about to go in on reality shows, because most reality shows are not real. Most reality shows, the content that you are consuming is damaging. It's damaging to your aspiration. It's damaging to your inspiration. And so the first thing that you can do, is you want to make sure that the content that you put in is disproportionately inspirational or aspirational. And I'm not even going to take this, I just like ratchet TV for entertainment, right? Here's the thing. If you entertain yourself by something with something that is ratchet, what does that say about you?
Right.
So all I'm saying is that if you need to get a little hit of it, then get a little hit of it. When I'm taking the trash out, I'll throw my headset on. I'll listen to some Future real quick, while I'm throwing the trash out. Just real quick. I'll get a real quick hit of it, you know, right? I'll get a real quick hit, but that's all you need is a hit. So you don't need 20%, 30%. You need the vast majority of your content to be inspirational, aspirational. That's number one. Number two is that everything in your life flows together. So we started off this conversation talking about diet. Mm-hmm. Your diet, your internally, your health, your physiology, all of that is connected to your mental health and your ability to believe. Mm-hmm. So that's a strong part of it. We could talk a lot about that later, but that's a very, very strong part of your mental health is your physical health. The physical health. And then the last part I'd say is that, and this is going to seem kind of crazy, but when I think about self-love, what it truly means is that you believe that you are on your pathway to becoming your optimal self. So really think about that. That means that in every aspect of your life, in your business, your career, spiritually, health, in every aspect, you feel like you are on the pathway. There might be hurdles. There might be roadblocks. Times may get tough, but you feel like you could get there. Now, once you get into that mind state that you feel like you can get there, what then ends up happening is you begin to understand that every decision you make is there's no possibility for a bad decision. There are only there are only lessons and then everything else.
I love that.
And once you see that, your entire life is going to change, because then no matter what you're going to do, you're going to win. Mm-hmm. No matter what you do, you are going to win.
Yes.
And so that last part there is just about getting into that mind state, and how you get into that mind state is really by the first two, by making sure physically that you're on point, making sure that you surround yourself with inspirational and aspirational people, namely inspirational and aspirational content. And you're going to be more than all right. You're going to be great.
I love that. Are y'all getting this? Are y'all hearing what he is saying? And if this is your first time hearing about Paul, seeing Paul, make sure you follow him. Follow him everywhere, because this is what he does all day, every day, is he inspires, he motivates, and he gives you the truth. He gives you the real truth. He lets us inside. He is so transparent and so giving. And that's why I'm excited to just help push this, to help make this successful. I already know it's going to be successful, but this is why I'm even more excited to just help push it and really let ABC know that we are here for this show. We're here for this content. We're here to support Paul and the work that he's doing, because it is going to transform not only the mom's life, but the children that they have, for years to come. And so I'm super excited. So I know we've talked about, offline, and I've been tweeting and I've been sharing about ways that people can support the show. So can you just go through some of the ways? I know we talked about, the ambassador group. I think Kwanda is still in here. So Kwanda is in here, and she is our amazing leader in our ambassador group. So we can talk a little bit about that.
Okay, great. I see Kwanda. She's got my face up on her face. So
yeah.
Kwanda's been incredible, because I don't know if she realized what she got into when she signed the lead of the back. I think she now
we were texting back and forth, Paul, like right before we went live. I was like, girl, we just getting started.
It's just she gets it now, but no, she's awesome. So there's lots of ways to support, and I will say this. Your support is much appreciated, but I'm going to tell you this from the bottom of my heart. Support is not for me, because quite honestly, guys, I feel like I already won. Like the fact that I'm executive producing and hosting a show on the #1 network in the world, ABC, then you know what? I already won, because guess what? My mom's going to watch that. She's going to smile, and I won because of that. But I will say this. Supporting the show, what that's going to do is that's going to get more content, either our show or more content like this on TV. And that's the way that Hollywood and entertainment works. You vote by your eyes, and in the movie business, you vote with those tickets. So by you watching the show, and not just watching the first 30 minutes or 40 minutes, but you know what these networks look at? They look at how many people start the show and then how many people watch till the end of the show. Because they want to see if there's fall off, or if they want to see if it's leveled out, or people actually, there are more people that watch. So if you could watch all the way to the end of the show, that's the number one thing. The number two thing is if you could tell people about it, have people watch it, because that's more eyeballs. Another thing that you could do is host a watch party where you have lots of people. And if you want to host a watch party, my assistant Joy, it's JOI at paulcbrunson.com. JOI at paulcbrunson.com. Just email Joy, and she's compiling a list of all of the watch parties. So if you want to host a watch party, you can call her, let her know you're going to host a watch party. As a matter of fact, I think Chicago, they've got a theater in Chicago that someone has for a watch party. Dallas, I think Kwanda is going to do a theater in Dallas. And so not only can you watch one by emailing Joy, but you can attend a watch party physically by emailing Joy. But then the biggest way to help, if you want to just go over the top with
over the top, y'all. We're here to go over the top, okay?
Just take it to Christine level, like with your help. Then please become an ambassador. And with the ambassador, Kwanda, as Christine mentioned, is leading it. We're asking the ambassadors to help us post, help us do things, help us make noise. In particular, once the show is airing, that we're making a lot of noise on social media. If you want to become an ambassador, just email Kwanda at kwanda@kwandalam.com, and that would be awesome. Also, if praying is your thing, we will take prayers too. We will definitely.
All the way up. We're going all the way up. I should have played that song. We're going all the way up, Paul, okay? We are just so thrilled. I know that you have a lot going on, so I'm just excited that you even had a chance to take a few minutes just to talk with us and tell us a little bit more about the show. I see Andrina in here. Hey, Lamar. Lamar said, go over the top. That's right. Hey, Marshawn.
Lamar, I've got so much to say about Lamar on the good side, because I love Lamar. But Lamar, I owe you and Ronnie an email. So I've got to get you guys an email. I've been so praised. I owe you an email, man. So put that out there.
There's nothing like seeing someone in a comment. You're like, oh yes, I got you. I didn't forget. I got you. So guys, I want to see everyone in here. If you're not already a part of our ambassador group, make sure you check it out. I did create a quick link, bit.ly/Love Squad. That will take you directly to the group so that you can request to join us. You can also email Kwanda at kwandalam.com. Let her know what you want to do, how you want to support. Every little bit counts. Every single little bit counts. We have just all types of content, good vibes. Everybody is cheering this whole thing on in the group. Love the energy in there. And so we're just going to keep pushing it, y'all. We're going to keep pushing it past this interview from now through Saturday and beyond, because we want to see all the episodes. If episode 1 got Paul in tears, come on, y'all. Like, we need to make sure that we see all of the episodes and beyond. My hope is that this becomes seasons down the road. 10 seasons later, we're here talking about how amazing it was and how, he was able to launch it and it, we got it together. So there's so much love in here for you, Paul. Yes. So MJ, yes, we're talking about the ambassador group. So that was just a quick bit.ly link. If you're searching for the group, it's just bit.ly/Love Squad. That will get you into the INeedLove ambassador group. So if you want to join us, if you want to help push this thing out to as many people, especially people that are not on social media. Like, I have plenty of friends that don't do Facebook, not on Twitter, they don't do social media at all. But guess what? I've been texting them left and right with the graphics like, hey, turn on your TV, 10 o'clock at night. So don't forget about those people who are not on social media. Make sure you make those phone calls, send those text messages, anything and everything that we can do. Watch party. Tanya's going to be with me here at our watch party here in Waldorf. So we are definitely looking forward to that. Paul, do you want to share anything else before we let you go? Thank you for being amazing. Thank you for doing this project that we know is going to change so many lives.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity. I really do, to be able to speak about the project. I appreciate the support. And I'll just underscore something you said real quick. And that is, we shouldn't undervalue ourselves in terms of the impact that we can make. A lot of people at the network wanted to know what my strategy. They were like, "What's your strategy going to be? What's your marketing strategy going to be? What are you going to be doing?" And I said, you know what? I basically am going to do two things. One is I'm going to mobilize my community, the people who I get down with. And the reason why I said I'm going to first go there is because I figure that the people in my community, we have the same values. So Christine, you're in my community, we have the same values, which means that I know you're going to find value in this show because I've created this for people who have the same values. But then guess what? In Christine's community, everyone watching this, you'll have the same values as Christine. And that's the way it works. And so that's the reason why I said, let me go to my community first, opposed to let me jump on, Wendy Williams and who knows who on that show or who watching would actually have the same values. So that's one thing. The second thing that I said is when the show comes, I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything. And the reason why I'm not doing anything is because I will never forget this. When I was on Lovetown a couple of years ago with Oprah, I remember the debut of that show. There was a lot of marketing behind it. I was in New York. I had all of my family where I was in New York. My son, Kingston, was only like 3 years old at the time. He was on the couch bouncing up and down saying, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy." And I remember it was such a special moment. But instead of watching the show, instead of being in the moment with my family and my friends, instead, you know what I was doing? I was like this. On Twitter, on social media, disconnected, not being in the moment, not appreciating. And so I told the folks at the network, I said, you know what? The second thing I'm going to do is nothing. I am going to appreciate this. I'm going to sit back with my chicory tea. with some family and friends. I'm gonna kick back on the couch with my boys, with my wife, and I'm going to enjoy it. Maybe on commercials I'll pop into Twitter, but while the show is on, I'm going to enjoy it. And that's just, and I want to leave you all with that because it's important to enjoy the moments of life because that's all life is a succession of moments. And if all you're trying to do is figure out how do you capitalize on the moment or what's going to happen in the next moment, then you will never appreciate the here and now and where you are. And if you can't appreciate the here and now where you are, you can't appreciate anything. And so that's what I'm going to be doing.
I love it. I love it. So I think I read somewhere real quick before you hop off that you might be doing something after the show is over. And if people were still up, is that still happening?
Yeah, absolutely. I've got to work with Kay Wanda on that. So Kay Wanda, you have to tell me what to do, Kay. We're going to do something right afterwards so that we can, like, all the watch parties, everybody can connect. And so we'll figure out something. If both ideas become an ambassador and the idea, so we can figure out how to all connect.
Absolutely. So make sure you guys join us in the group. Make sure you follow the hashtag, retweet, reshare, all of that. Okay. All of that. And we are looking forward to supporting you, Paul. Congratulations on this amazing project. And thank you guys so much for joining us. We will see you all on Saturday night. We're going to end from here until now online, blowing up Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and everything else with the hashtag INeedLove. So thank y'all for joining. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Christine.